Hello everyone, I am your host Verve and welcome to the October 10th, 2022 episode of the Bullshit Podcast. Woo! Yeah, baby! I'm here today with... Yes, the Resi nerd has returned to not talk about Resi. No, but you know what? It's fine because I enjoy Shadow's company. There's a reason why... This is going to sound really sus at first, but let me explain myself. There's a reason why I made this man my RP boyfriend in 5M. He is a fucking hoot to hang out with. Strictly platonically, this man is married, but like, he's just a hoot to fucking... Yeah, he's just a hoot to fucking hang out with, man. You're a blast to just chat and just hang out with. And your fucking Iron Mon shit on your Twitch is fucking stupid in a good way. Like... Just realized I never unpaused the background footage, Lamau. But yeah, so in case you guys were ever wondering, twitch.tv/ShadowGill316. The 316 is there for your Twitch too, right? Yeah, okay. So what you see on screen in the top left below my name, that you just type that into Twitch and you'll find him. Fucking great, his Iron Man shit. Why can they not hear you? Oh, you know what? I bet it's because... Hold on. There we go. Now try.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, okay, they can hear you. It's because the other day I was fucking around with my, Realtek audio drivers. I was trying to fix an issue where, like, I kept having this issue. Okay, so, like, brief story time before we get into our first topic. I was having this issue where my audio driver would just randomly stop working.
Oof.
And, like, so it doesn't happen too often, but it happens often enough that it's annoying. Where my audio driver will stop working. So, like, the other night, right, I was in the Yellow Jackets Discord chatting with all of you. I think you were there for a little while, and, like, there's just a bunch of us hanging out. And, the game that I was playing crashed, and it froze. And it froze in such a way that it completely froze me out of my one-hole monitor. And I opened, and I opened Task Manager, and it turned... Well, it was one of those games where it was, like, it was windowed borderless, but it, like, blocked everything behind it. So, it just so happened that when I tried to open Task Manager was last open on that monitor, so it was trapped behind the game, and I couldn't, like, close it, so I had to restart my computer. Come back, my fucking audio driver's broken, so I had to restart again. So, yeah, so that was, like, kind of my final straw after it happened quite a few times. Like, one of the most annoying times it happens is there's a software I use called Keysticks, and it basically allows me to control my mouse and bring up, like, a little keyboard on my screen, and I can pretty much completely control my computer with just a controller.
Okay.
And I use that when I'm, like, laying in my recliner, you know, getting ready for bed. I use it to, like, watch YouTube and stuff. And there are a few times where I'm just using my controller to control my fucking thing, and I go to click on a YouTube video, and I hear no volume. And so I, like, check the volume on the video, the volume's all the way up, I check the volume on my computer, my volume's all the way up, I switch inputs a couple of times, nothing happens, I'm like, fuck, the auto drivers must have broke. So I have to, like, throw my blanket off, get up, come over to my computer, you know, remove my covers from my mouse and keyboard, fucking restart the computer. It's annoying.
Oof.
Anyway.
Yeah, it sounds like a pain in the ass.
So I was fucking around with that, and I guess me uninstalling Realtek and, like, trying to fix it. So, like, I uninstalled it and then fixed it by, like, reinstalling it, kind of, sort of. And I say kind of, sort of, because, like, I installed the setup and it wouldn't let me use the setup, but when I uninstalled it, it never uninstalled it, but it seems to have fixed it. I don't know what happened, but I tried to uninstall it, it didn't uninstall, but I think in the process it fixed itself. So...
Oh, at least it works now, huh?
Yeah, in doing that, it fucked up my desktop audio capture for OBS. Anyway, long-winded explanation over. We're gonna get into our first topic for the day, finally. First topic's gonna be No Man's Switch. This was a day I genuinely never thought was gonna be possible. due to the scope and size of No Man's Sky, but apparently this is happening. More than 6 years after its original release, No Man's Sky is finally out on Switch today, which today is October 7th, so a couple days ago, alongside the new Waypoint update, which brings the game up to a new 4.0 version. This update is live on PlayStation and Xbox consoles, Switch and PC as of today. As for what to expect, Waypoint is best described as a major overhaul to No Man's Sky geared toward making the game easily tailored to players regardless of the experience they're trying to get out of it. If you want something more relaxing and casual, you can do that. If you want more challenging experience, the Waypoint update lets you do that too. Quote, access the universe of No Man's Sky from anywhere in Update 4.0 Waypoint, launching for the first time on Nintendo Switch and overhauling fundamental elements of gameplay, including game modes, inventory size and usability, milestones, journey cataloging, and much more, end quote. So yeah, it seems like you can launch an action quickly with an existing difficulty preset or tinker with everything from economy to combat challenge to survival difficulty to perfect your experience. So I'm not going to watch the trailer for this, but it is interesting that I wanted to include this to not only update anyone who's watching that does play No Man's Sky, but they got No Man's Sky on the fucking Nintendo Switch, dude.
Yeah, I got turned off the game when it first came out. Because of, like, they're like, yeah, the game's done, but it's not done, but it's done. And, like, everything everybody wanted it to be it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I played it once back then. I wasn't really a fan of it. I haven't played it since they did all the updates, and now you can meet other people in the universe and whatnot. I haven't played it, so I don't really have an opinion, I guess. That's the way I'm trying to say it.
This game taught me a lesson.
Okay.
Now luckily I wasn't a victim of it, but it basically taught me a lesson that my intuition was correct. Usually and it could just be me being, like, horribly unoptimistic and just being, like, a really jaded, cynical bitch, but usually the bigger a video game makes promises towards innovation and, like, how big of scale it is, the more likely it is to be No Man's Sky or Cyberpunk at launch.
Yeah.
And this game was, like, massive pre-release. They were like, an infinitely generating galaxy with infinite worlds, and it's 1-to-1 scale real planets, and you have to, like, build rocket ships, and you can traverse a literally nearly 1-to-1 scale of an actual universe and do all this. And I'm like, there's no way this is gonna go smoothly. Yeah, never in a million years. There's no way. I was like, there's no way you're gonna fit this much into a fucking video game and it's just gonna work. All right, you're not Bethesda, you're not Todd Howard. You can't just lie to people and go, it just works. You just can't.
Yeah, no, it was really bad.
Only Todd Howard can seemingly get away with that.
Oh, right.
But yeah, it was pretty interesting. I'm surprised that it made it to Switch, especially with how massive that game is supposedly. Keep in mind, this is a platform that, like, now granted, it's not just the Switch's fault, it's also at fault of Grove Street Games, but this is the platform that can't even run remastered San Andreas without fucking crashing half the time. So, like, I'm surprised that it can get, No Man's Sky. Interesting. So, moving on to our second topic. Okay, I'm genuinely hyped for this. Shadow can read it. I literally titled it, I was honestly hyped when I read this.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says. Yep. Because,
ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I've discovered relatively recently, by relatively recently I don't mean like in the past couple months, I do mean in the past few years, but that's relatively recent in terms of, like, the broad amount of time through my life I've played video games. I really like racing games. Like, I don't feel like I'm necessarily particularly good at them, but I like racing games, which seems like a no-brainer because I've always known that I liked racing in GTA. But, like, I thought it was just because it was GTA. But it's generally I like racing games. So I really like the Forza series, but the reason why I never played it much on the channel, before 5 was because 4 was fucking horribly optimized and ported to PC. You couldn't even have OBS and Forza Horizon 4 open at the same time without Forza Horizon 4 crashing due to OBS's, like, game capture hooks. It just wasn't compatible with the fucking game. Luckily, Forza Horizon 5 is a bit better, and when it released, it was dog because I couldn't run it on my PC barely at all, let alone while streaming. But nowadays, it seems like it's gotten a bit better. I can at least stream the game at a little bit of choppiness. But unfortunately, it's too late for that because I've already beaten the fucking game. So it's like they took them too long to optimize it. I genuinely love racing games, and my number one racing game for streaming a while back, and Maple 100% will remember this, was Need for Speed Heat. That game compared to Forza, it's not quite as good as Forza, don't get me wrong, but Need for Speed Heat was literally like the poor man's Forza. It was like I would argue it was better than like The Crew 2. It was like really fucking good, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, they have announced the sequel to Need for Speed Heat. It's not like a direct sequel, but EA has announced the next Need for Speed game. EA has officially revealed Need for Speed Unbound, the first new Need for Speed game in 3 years, and it hits new-gen consoles and PC this December, which I'm kind of hyped about. I hope I have the money to get it when it comes out. After leaking earlier this week, EA has released an official reveal trailer for Need for Speed, and as leaks and rumors suggested, it is quite a drastic shift in style for the series. It features the slick, realistic visuals fans of the series know quite well, but this time it's mixed with an almost anime-like animation style. It looks great in my opinion, but it likely won't be for everybody. So it does have the reveal trailer here. But we're not going to watch it because in the interest of time, there seems to be plenty of car customization, cops to run from, city streets to speed through, and if the reveal trailer's song by A$AP Rocky is any indication, a great soundtrack. Only time will tell, but fortunately we don't have to wait long because Need for Speed Unbound hits all platforms except Switch on December 2nd. As you might have noticed, the reveal... As you might have noticed, the reveal trailer doesn't mention consoles from the previous generation, like PS4 or Xbox One, so you might need a current-gen machine to play the game. Now, they explained it like an anime-like art style. Let me be real with you and compare it to stuff that I actually know of what it looks like. So the cars in the game seem to be, from what I've seen, because I think I do believe I did watch this trailer, or at least some clips from this trailer, right? The cars seem to be fairly realistic, maybe slightly shaded differently, but they seem to be the same sort of, like, realistic, like, models and stuff that Need for Speed Heat had, right? They're just shaded slightly differently so that they fit a bit better, but they're still realistic cars. But everything, like, human, like, all of, like, and then the environment seems to be the same way, too, where they're, like, shaded slightly different, but it's all realistic. Humans, on the other hand, are completely different. They literally look like they are straight out of, like, the Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah, that's what
like,
I was saying, yeah.
like that's the kind of animation we're dealing with for the characters. So it's interesting how, like, the cars in the environment are just slightly cel-shaded, but still realistic, and all of the people are, like, completely cartoonified. It's interesting. I'm interested to see how this goes, and honestly, as long as the cars look realistic enough, I'm not gonna give a shit.
Yeah. I think the last Need for Speed game I played was Most Wanted, so that tells you how far back I played.
Yeah.
And that was a really fun game for me.
Yeah. So, side note, by the way, a little bit of news that's not on this article or on this list in the future. I heard a rumor and saw a screenshot that apparently they might actually be remastering Most Wanted.
That would be fun. I had a lot of fun with that game.
Because that's the one where you have races where, like, players are the racers, and then also players can play as the cops trying to, like, catch the, right?
No. That one was like an underground scene where, like, the first race you have, your car breaks down, and then the other guy wins your car, but you find out throughout, like, the game, spoiler alert, that they sabotage your vehicle so that the guy could win your car because he's a terrible driver in his own car.
Gotcha.
And it's like there's like a list of people you have to get through to get back to him to get your car back.
Nah, maybe it wasn't Most Wanted then. Maybe it was the police one is what they're remastering. Maybe it wasn't Most Wanted. Maybe it was.
There were police in it. Like you get chased by the police, and
Yeah,
there was like a special unit that would come after you if you.
I think it was. I think it might be Hot Pursuit then. Whichever one had the game mode where like, it's like a linear like racing track, and the goal of the racers is to finish the race. And then you have other players who play as cops, and their goal is to like wreck and capture the racers. I think that's the one that they're remastering. I don't remember. If there's more news about it, I'll try to have it on a future podcast episode. But I don't remember entirely. But yeah, no, it looks fucking sick. I really want this fucking game when it comes out, but something tells me that I'm probably not gonna have the money for it. But. Yeah, no, I hope that this game is good. I feel like they don't have to put in so much work. I feel like the reason why the art style is so different is because A, they just wanted to do it, but B, I also feel like it's a good way to put energy into places that needed it more than other things. What I'm getting at is like the driving system in Heat was good. Like the driving felt good. The dynamic of like day and night was really cool. Like that game was really good. So it's like I'm hoping that with this art style, this sounds horrible to say. It sounds like I'm trying to tell the devs not to do their job or like not to fuck the game up, but it's like I'm hoping that they maybe made small tweaks here and there, but really focused on like the art style and like the art direction for the game, because like the car handling and like a lot of that kind of stuff, the gameplay, the actual gameplay of it really didn't need to be touched. From Heat to here, it really didn't. Like it was pretty fucking good in Heat, so I'm hoping that kind of stays the same. But yeah, no, this looks fucking cool. So I guess this guy here, I'll show to the stream so they can kind of get an idea of what the art style is like. So I'm assuming that this Donnie is meant to be ASAP Rocky, and he's here with a Mercedes 190E. It looks like that says.
Yeah, something like that. I have no idea.
But yeah, so you can see that the car is just shaded a bit different. The background looks a little animated. This bit you can really see like the backgrounds and the cars look like realistic, but they're just shaded differently to kind of fit the people. But the people look completely fucking different, man. Yeah, they literally look like
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it looks like Spider-Verse. So that's pretty good. I don't mind it as long as the cars and the environment look good. I mean, let's be real here. In a fucking racing game, like customization of your player character and like the people are important for like cutscenes and like customization. But the real thing that matters in a racing game are the fucking cars and the tracks, man. Like that, like or like if it's an open world game, the cars and the environment. Like that's what really fucking matters. So, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with this one. It's going to be pretty cool. So, moving right along. Now here we go. New trailer hype. We're actually going to watch this trailer. It is the new Modern Warfare 2 campaign trailer. Now, I'm specifically showing a campaign trailer because I want to keep myself in the dark as much as possible from the campaign, aside from the trailers, because I'm gonna keep it $150 with you. My highlight of this new COD is the campaign. As much as I enjoyed the beta and as much as this multiplayer really has the potential to be as like better than Modern Warfare 2019 in my opinion, the campaign is where it's at. Like I wanna like Modern Warfare 2019 was like a fucking hors d'oeuvre. It was just like a little this tastes kind of nice. You know, I want them to actually get into it. Like, I want to see, like, the new Task Force 141 and, you know, actually get to know them and bond with them like I did the original crew back in, like, COD 4 and the old Modern Warfare 2. Like, I want to, like, actually get down to the nitty-gritty. Like, I want to see what missions are going to go on and shit like that. Because all we got was, like, just kind of, like, a little subplot, you know, at the very beginning in the first campaign. And it's like, okay, we're getting into real shit now in this one. So I'm gonna read it and then we'll watch the trailer here. So, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the highly anticipated sequel to 2019's Modern Warfare reboot, is out in just a few weeks, and Infinity Ward has released a new trailer to highlight what to expect during the game's story campaign. Returning favorites from 2019's Modern Warfare like Ghost and Price make an appearance in the trailer. I'm scatterbrained because this right here triggered me, and I'll tell you why. As do newcomers to the series, both good and bad, all to the backdrop of the war on drugs, cartels, terrorism, and more. It's all very Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and you can check it out for yourself below, which we will. And then they're just saying, for more info, check out their other shit. And then it says, Modern Warfare 2 will hit all platforms except Switch on October 28th.
It's not cool enough. It's not in the cool kids club.
So, it says, returning favorites from 2019's Modern Warfare like Ghost and Price. Okay, yes, Price was in it. But something that I feel like a lot of people are going to be confused about. Warzone is not canon. It is not canon and never was canon. Warzone is its own separate thing. A lot of people are like, oh, Alex survived and he has a metal leg. And like, oh, we saw Ghost and we know that he's the ghost of Verdansk and that's how he got his name, okay? Some of those things might carry over, but none of that is actually canon. So this game is like the actual first time we're gonna see Soap and Ghost. Like, actually. Like, their character designs were placed into Warzone's story, and like, there is a story there for sure. But this is like actually canon Ghost now. So like, now we actually get introduced to his character, which is really fucking cool.
Yeah, I was not aware that Ghost and like Price and them weren't actually canon.
Well, Price is. Price, okay. So, Price was in Modern Warfare 2019's campaign. And we later find out that Gaz was too. But Gaz, unlike in the original COD 4, he is Kyle Garrick, the black guy that you played as in the campaign. Okay. He ends up taking up the nickname Gaz, and now he is Gaz from like COD 4, kind of, you know, like he's the reboot version of Gaz from COD 4. So presumably in this new game, we have Price and Gaz are coming back. Ghost, Roach. I'm gonna have to check with Maple in the after show, but I'm pretty sure Roach was also teased. Ghost, Roach, and someone else, Soap, were all teased at the end of Modern Warfare 2019 in like a post-credit scene.
Okay.
So they're all gonna be introduced in this game too, supposedly. And then there's also this new guy that I don't remember his name, but he's been posted fucking everywhere in the material as kind of like the quote-unquote token new character in terms of, look at this new character. We're not just keeping the old ones. He's our new guy too. So those are the people that we know. And I'm not gonna lie though, they kind of did Soap dirty.
Okay.
Like no respect to the man that plays him or that they modeled him after, but I feel like Soap doesn't look as badass as he used to. He still has the mohawk, but the mohawk looks more dorky on this new guy.
They changed the character model.
Yeah, they changed all the character models. Actually, fun fact, the guy that plays Price, the first time I ever saw him as an actor was actually, there was a TV show on the History Channel called SEAL Team 6.
Okay.
And the guy who plays Price in Modern Warfare 2019 was actually either the team leader or the number 2 for the fire team in that show. So, that was pretty cool. I was like, and the dude's name in that show I think was Bear. Like, literally his name was Bear, which is just insane. Why would you name your son Bear? But whatever. But yeah, no. True. But like, yeah. So and the show SEAL Team 6, they were, each episode was like just a dramatized version of actual SEAL Team missions that were made public. So like there was like the actual mission, and then History Channel and the show's writers were like, okay, let's like crank this up to 11 and make it like drama. Right? So that's what they did. But yeah, no, it was cool. So I'm anxious to check out this trailer. I'm interested to see this new campaign trailer. We're just gonna watch it, and then I'm gonna try to like kind of like say a couple things and then move on. I don't want to sit here and like fucking psychoanalyze it. Right. If I feel like there's a lot of info here that I need to address, I will come back to this and make like my own like video like analyzing this if need be. But okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm only pausing it because we got a nice shot of Soap there. Look at, like, he's not bad looking, but compare him to the old Soap, dude. Like,
he's looking chunky.
Like, I'm not saying that this man looks bad. I'm just saying comparatively he doesn't look like as much of a badass. But maybe his actions in the campaign will sway me. But, sorry, just wanted to, because I remember I was talking about Soap, so I wanted to show you him since you just showed up.
A weird war?
We don't know his name. Money, weapons, intel. He's planning something.
God, these cutscenes look so good.
There are few here to uphold the law, and many of those who resist corruption disappear.
Terrorism is good for business. As long as there is a war on terror, there will be no real war on drugs. We've got bigger problems.
We're not 141 and Los Vaqueros. We're a team.
I want to know how many they have and where they intend to use them.
Y'all got a clear picture?
All set.
These things take planning and preparation.
These things take violence and timing.
No.
I can do both. Go, Johnny! Get out there!
You're the commander of a foreign terror organization.
I can say the same to you.
Digitally pre-order Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and play the campaign up to a week early.
And you know I'm playing that campaign a week early, baby. Sheesh. So, okay. Again, I'm not going to analyze this at all just because I can make so far, I might watch it like another time or two through just to make sure. By the way, that's Gaz or Garrick. I might watch it another time or two just to make sure. Stop. Just to make sure I don't have to make a video on it. I say have to, like I don't want to. I could. I could talk about this for ages. But there is one thing I saw in here that caught my attention that I want to point out, okay? There is a shot of a man laying in the grass in a fucking ghillie suit. Yep. And I saw this and I'm like, please tell me this is like a new, like, all ghillied up. Please tell me. If this isn't what this is, like if this is just like a passing moment cutscene, I'm gonna be so pissed. Bro, this looks like a fucking fantastic stealth mission if this is like all ghillied up too, bro.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh my god. But anyway, yeah, we'll move on from it. Oh my god, dude.
You're good.
Imagine.
You're getting off on it. It's all good.
Not as hard as I'll be getting off on Bleach later, but yeah, nah. I had to sneak it in once, damn it. I said no talking about it, and I just had to mention it. Dude, I hope that's a fucking all ghillied up mission, dude. Oh my god. And then there was also another shot where, like, Ghost had, like, the quad nods, and it kind of reminded me of the skyscraper mission from Call of Duty Ghosts. So I'm interested to see if there will be, like, a cool, like, little, like, rappelling down the side of, like, a mirror sheen skyscraper moment. That would be pretty cool. But,
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, no, I'm, like, super hyped for the fucking new COD campaign. That shit's gonna be amazing.
Could've fooled me.
You could have fooled me. Alright. I'll be moving on to our fourth topic now. We're only on number 4, and it's already 20 minutes. So sheesh. I haven't heard of this game before, but I'm not surprised I haven't heard of it because it's a Stadia exclusive.
I thought they were shutting Stadia down.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We talked about this either last podcast or the podcast. I think it was last podcast. We talked about Stadia shutting down. Well, last week, Google announced its plans to shut down Stadia on January 18th, so one of the less discussed casualties of the news is Tequila Works' Guilt, a horror adventure game, and the first Stadia exclusive title would disappear entirely. Thankfully, that won't be the case. Tequila Works has confirmed that it plans to make Guilt multi-platform in 2023. It doesn't specify which platforms the game will be available on, but it's a relief to know that one of Stadia's few original gems won't be lost to history.
Gems? That's what
it launched in November of 2019 with Stadia. It stars a young girl named Sally who searches for her missing cousin across a town haunted by evil spirits. The narrative also serves a commentary on bullying and depression. The game's vibe and art direction evoke films like Caroline or Tim Burton's animated works and channels games like Inside and Silent Hill. Oh god, I'm dying. I'm choking on my own spit. Ah!
Okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, making sure.
Choking on my own spit! Gameplay emphasizes stealth, with players using a flashlight to defeat enemies. Despite the more innocent veneer, the game has its shape of genuinely creepy moments, and I personally found it to be an enjoyable horror romp. Marcus Stewart, the writer of this article, says romp, dude. He used the word romp in 2022. What a guy.
That guy in metal.
Man, if it's like a 2D or 3D, like, horror adventure platformer, kind of like, I didn't play Inside, but, I haven't played these games, but, like, Inside, Little Nightmares, and Limbo. Like, I played Limbo. Like, if it's like that, but, like, in the style of, like, a Tim Burton, like, Nightmare Before Christmas movie, that'd be pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool. And I like how, like, the G has, like, a little bird cage. I'll flash this up on the stream real quick. As a little bird cage G. I like that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so there you go. If you had ever played this game and you, God rest your soul, you ever bought a Stadia or subscribed to Stadia, well then, there you go. This quote unquote, what did they call it? This quote unquote original gem is not going to be lost, I guess.
Sure, call it what you want. Doesn't mean Stadia's any good.
Yeah, moving on to topic number 5. We get an excuse to talk about Dragon Ball, because Goku, ladies and gentlemen, is going to current gen. So, Bandai Namco has released a new trailer for the new gen release of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, alongside news that it hits PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S in January. More specifically, Kakarot comes to new generation consoles on January 13th, 2023, meaning we're just a few months away from this re-release. To accompany today's news, Bandai Namco released a new trailer showcasing some of DBZ's most iconic moments, alongside some comparison clips between the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One version of Kakarot and the upcoming new-gen update. Unsurprisingly, it looks a lot better. So that's all I'm going to read of it. We're not going to watch this, because, you know, fucking...
It's Dragon Ball. It's going to be the same game, just on a different console.
Yeah, and all it's gonna show is like, look at how beautiful it looks now. But there you go. If you're somebody who bought and played this game and really enjoyed it, and you're like, man, I wish this looked somehow even crisper, even though it's animation. There you go. You get it again. You can go buy that again. And then moving on to topic number 6. Now this is kind of why I've been speeding through here. I'm sorry if there were things that you wanted to say, Shadow, but I've kind of, you know, like, kept it moving.
No, you're good. You're good.
This is a fucking chonky article, so we're gonna try to get through this one. I wanted to include this because I'm just hyped about the cyberpunk part of it personally, but hence why the topic title is literally New Cyberpunk ? But they also talk a lot about Witcher stuff too. So. Okay. Basically, just like how Ubisoft gave us a huge Assassin's Creed dump a few weeks back, CG Projekt Red just gave us a huge fucking info dump. So CG Projekt Red has pulled back the curtains on its game development pipeline, revealing a brand new Cyberpunk game, multiple new Witcher games, and even a new IP. This news comes by way of the studio's investor call today, which the studio revealed Orion, the codename for the next Cyberpunk game. Not much else was revealed, but CDPR says Orion, quote, will take the Cyberpunk franchise further and continue harnessing the potential of this dark future universe, end quote. Good lord, if they put the cyber lolly in it, this game's gonna pop off. Dude, when Edge Runners came out, so many people were, like, pissed about this, like, weird lolly character named Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, I've like, so I've done like a lot of tabletop RPGs, and I know Shadowrun's kind of similar to Cyberpunk. But like I haven't played it. I can't know much about it other than like the problems it had before.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a genuinely good game, and I even saw that back when it released and had all its bugs. It's a genuinely good game. It's just, I felt bad because CD Projekt Red aren't strangers to making open world like adventure RPGs, right? They obviously made the Witcher series. But something that I feel like a lot of people don't realize is that it's like the first time at all, and if they have in the past, it was a long fucking time ago, that they ever made a first person game. So that's already kind of a dev challenge because all the Witcher games are third person.
Right.
A first-person shooter, which the Witcher games are just melee combat. It's open world, so they know kind of what they're doing there, but it's a cityscape, which isn't something, you know, a modern futuristic cityscape, which isn't...
Cityscape
yeah.
to a medieval fantasy setting.
Yeah, that, and, I mean, just the concept of now they have to add cars and, like, AI scripting for vehicles, and it's like, there was a lot they weren't used to doing. It was kind of like taking what they know and, like, okay, let's flip it on its fucking head. So... I'm not necessarily saying I forgive them for the way the game launched. I'm just like, I understand it, kind of.
Right.
It's still inexcusable that it launched in that state, but at least they've acknowledged it, and hopefully, whatever Cyberpunk Orion turns out to be, it won't have that happen again, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, up next was The Witcher. CDPR revealed that its next Witcher game, which was announced earlier this year, is being developed under the codename Polaris. The studio says, quote, it is the beginning of a new saga, end quote, and then it aims to release 2 more Witcher games after Polaris, creating a new AAA RPG Witcher trilogy. Following that reveal, they also said that there will be another full-fledged Witcher game under the codename, presumably the codename Canis Majoris. It will be developed by an external studio headed by experienced developers who have worked on CDPR's Witcher games in the past, according to the announcement. We've known for some time already that the Molasses Flood is working on a game in the Witcher universe, and during today's investor call, CDPR released some additional details about the project. Quote, Sirius is a codename for the game developed by the Molasses Flood, set in the Witcher universe and created with support from CDPR. A tweet reads, it will differ from our past productions, offering multiplayer gameplay on top of single-player experience, including a campaign with quests and a story. End quote. To close out today's new games announcement, CDPR revealed Project Hadar, a third, quote, entirely distinct IP created from scratch, end quote. This project in the earliest stages of the creative process, according to the studio, which means it is not actually developing any of the game just yet. For now, CDPR is, quote, working exclusively on the foundation for this new setting, end quote. And those are all the games. And as you can see, as the article says, as you can see, the studio is quite busy. Yeah, just like Ubisoft. They kind of just info dumped fucking everything on us at once. The only thing out of this that I really give a shit personally about is Cyberpunk Orion, but I'm sure that there's, you know, there's some people out there who really like The Witcher that are excited about these other 3 fucking things that they talked about for The Witcher.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I've heard that The Witcher was a good game. It's not a game that I played. I didn't really...
I played it. I played the third one. I didn't really like it, though, just because, honestly, just difficulty. Like, I don't mind difficulty in games, but, like, when the difficulty is intense enough that it seems unfair, that's when I'm, like, at that point where I'm just like, nah, why am I playing this?
Yeah, I get it.
It kind of seemed like that with The Witcher, because The Witcher kind of does, like, is kind of one of those games that kind of does kind of throw you in to the world with, like, almost no tutorial. They teach you basically kind of how to swing and use some basic magic, and that's about it, and they just kind of push you out and go, good luck. So, like, there were a lot of enemies that I would meet, and I just would not fucking understand how they worked. I think I got to, like, one at, like, Pond or something, where there were, like, these, like, zombie people that were, like, aquatic, and they had the power to literally turn invisible into mist. And it's like, what the fuck is this? what the fuck is this? And then they could, like, literally pop out of the mist, hit me, and then go back into the mist. And it's like, when do I get to attack? There's no...
special, definitely, yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It just annoyed me. And, like, I kept playing through the game, and I realized that, like, if I ever wanted to make any progress in the game, I would have to, like, travel all across the map and just get wrecked by, like, a bajillion different creatures and wildlife on the way, and I was just like, nah, dude, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Phenomenal tool.
Yeah, I'm good. But yeah, so I'm excited about Cyberpunk's new thing. That's gonna be cool. So that is the end of the gaming topics. So our next topic, number 7. I feel like she thought she'd never see it again. This is a very... Okay, we're wholesome podcast today, motherfucker. This is a wholesome fucking story. This is... Yes, it is a very good, wholesome story. I'm not Nux Taku. I'm not gonna praise about how wholesome it is and then show you hentai, okay? This is genuinely wholesome, alright? So this story comes out of Fort Myers, Florida. Ashley Garner had given up on ever seeing her wedding ring again. She lost it outside her Fort Myers home just days before Hurricane Ian crashed into the coast of southwest Florida last Wednesday. Pause in the article. How the fuck do you lose your wedding ring? How do you... oh my god.
I can say it's not as hard as you think.
Well, I'm sure it's easy to lose it, but like, it's easy to lose it once it's off, but I would like to know the circumstances as to why it was off.
You be washing your hands.
Just because I'm a nosy bitch, innit? Like, I mean, that's just why, this is why I want to know.
Work or something like that, you're not gonna wear your wedding ring and get a bunch of dirt shit up in
okay,
it,
true. Okay, yeah. All right, I got you. I have to remember that not everyone are my parents. My parents are nuts. My parents got wedding rings that were purposely tight, so that way as they got older, they would like be almost permanently on.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're not. I mean, to a point where it wasn't like unhealthy. It's not like their fucking fingers gonna turn black and rot off or anything due to less circular flow. But they're very hard to get off if they want to take them off. So it's like, you know. But yeah, so despite enlisting her husband and 3 young children to help search around their yard and garage for 2 days, there was no sign of the ring. Quote, I just accepted that it was gone, end quote, Gardner said. Quote, it was only a thing, it is replaceable, and I just let it go. We knew the hurricane was coming, so we kind of said goodbye, end quote. Families stayed at their home during the storm and went outside to clean up as soon as it had passed. Quote, we're about 10 minutes into clearing, and my husband is cleaning up the brush and the trees right next to the garage door, Gardner said. There's a pile of brush and trees. He moves over one pile, and the ring was right there, end quote. Gardner said she couldn't believe they had found the ring. Her neighborhood didn't experience the destructive flooding that many parts of the state did, but 150-mile-per-hour winds left massive piles of trees and brush throughout the area. Quote, I just sat on the curb and I prayed to God and thanked him for providing and giving us a sign that there is hope for the community, end quote, Garner said. And here is I'm going to get the better picture. So this is like a close-up picture. But here's kind of like a bigger picture. Here's a picture of it. Just chilling there on a fucking leaf in a pile of fucking branches and leaves.
She
and
must
shit.
have done something great for somebody, because that's a major good karma coming her way right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. So that's nuts. Her wedding ring just bloop, right there. It's kind of hard to tell from the picture what angle necessarily it is. It seems like it's
hell of a ring too, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. Like, sheesh. But yeah, no. So there you go. Local Florida woman gets her wedding ring back, I guess.
It's usually not the story you get out of local Florida anything.
True. Keeping with our second to last story, number 8, we're keeping with the wholesomeness, Shadow. We're keeping her wholesome. This one's a little weird, but we're keeping it wholesome. This comes from...
Weird and wholesome in the same sentence.
How the fuck... Okay, you can see this. I'm streaming this article. How the fuck do you say that?
Wapaton?
Wapaton.
I guess.
Wapaton. I have no clue how to say it. I'm just...
How people from
Wapaton?
Or Pennsylvania or North Dakota.
I was about to say ND is not PA.
Yeah, I looked over and quickly saw PA, but I read it backwards. Or PA, and I read it backwards.
Yeah. Wapaton, North Dakota. When North Dakota College State of Science suffered a heartbreaking loss in early September. Keep in mind this is football, by the way. Foiled at the goal line as time expired in a jolt to their national championship ambitions, it was a backup defensive lineman who stepped forward with a pep talk to lift the locker room. Forget it, a 49-year-old Ray Russell said, according to his junior college teammates. Focus on the rest of the season and things will work out.
Wait, this is the guy talking and he's 49?
Yeah, this guy is going to the North Dakota State College of Science. He is a backup lineman, and he's on the football team, and he's 49 years old.
Get it, dude, get it.
Exactly. Quote, there were just kind of emotions everywhere. Everybody did not handle it, end quote, wide receiver Marcelio Mendez said after the loss to rival Minnesota State Community Technical College. Quote, Ray came up and said, you know, it's not really failing, right? He said, we just have to put the emotion to the side, and we still got the rest of the season and playoffs to show who we are, end quote. When it comes to inspiration, the Wildcats could do worse than look to Rochelle's own story and the path that brought him to a small vocational-minded school in the wide shadow cast by nearby NCAA power North Dakota State. After nearly 2 decades in the Army and National Guard, Russell was working as a night shift mechanic at a North Dakota sugar beet factory when he decided to enroll at the College of Science. The school offers 2-year programs in manufacturing, skilled trades, healthcare, and the liberal arts. So there you go. This fucking 49-year-old fucking Chad out here joining the football team and going to college. God damn. But yeah, no, it's pretty fucking cool.
Bad dude hanging out with a bunch of youngsters. Kind of sussed him in my book, but yeah.
Kind of sussed him. Damn.
Kind of sus.
Damn. I see where you're coming from, but damn. I did not at one inkling of a moment did I ever suss this. I just thought it was very wholesome. God damn.
Kind of sus.
Well, either way, I'm glad that the dude decided to actually like go to college. You're never too old to chase your dreams, and if he has a dream of doing some sort of mechanical engineering or whatever the fuck the article said, I don't know. I was paying more attention to the story about football, less about his life.
Say what he was going to college for.
Well, either way, it's good on him, man. He has a dream and he needs to go to that college to fucking do it, so he did it. All right. And our ninth topic, our last topic for the podcast today. This is just the new cool worst crime ever. It seems like every one of the worst criminals on the planet are trying their hand at this, Shadow.
Alright.
Weeks and weeks ago, we talked about a man sneaking baby alligators and other reptiles into Italy.
Me and you talked about the snails.
Well, I say we, like, collectively as a
yeah.
podcast. We talked about this guy, like, smuggling, like, what was it, over the course of, like, 4 or 5 years, he smuggled, like, 1,700 fucking reptiles into Italy or whatever. And then the snails happened, and I think there was, like, something in between there of somebody smuggling snakes or something. All right. Oh, no, that's what it was. Somebody lost their reptiles in the mail, and, like... Somebody else smuggled snails into the fucking...
Smuggling animals again.
Yeah, fucking smuggling snails. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was a man in New York charged with smuggling pythons in his pants at the U.S. border. These damn animal smugglers are at it again.
In his pants.
In his fucking pants.
No, bro, that's just my dick. Quit grabbing it.
I wonder if he thought, like, that's what I'm gonna use. That's the line.
That would not surprise me in the least.
A New York City man has been charged with smuggling 3 Burmese pythons in his pants at a U.S.-Canadian border crossing.
Jesus Christ.
Calvin Batista, 36, is accused of bringing the hidden snakes on a bus that crossed into northern New York on July 15th, 2018. Ha! He's not even American. He's a fucking Canadian. Bro, what are you Canadians doing? Maple, why are your people smuggling pythons into the U.S., man? We don't want your trouser snakes, bro. We don't want your trouser snakes, alright? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, I should have kept reading. He's not Canadian. Anyway.
Batista of
Importation of Burmese pythons is regulated by an international treaty and by federal regulations, listing them as, quote, injurious to human beings, end quote.
No shit.
Bautista of Canada, that's right, I'm changing the fucking ad-lib of the fucking article. It says Bautista of Queens, but Bautista of Quebec, see, look, I changed it, fuck you, was arraigned?
Yep, arraigned.
I've never seen that word in my life. Arraigned.
It's when you go to court or get your sentencing or whatever.
Of course, an article about a Canadian man would use a word like that. Arraigned Tuesday in Albany on the federal smuggling charge and released pending trial, according to a news release from the office of U.S. Attorney Carla B. Friedman. I legitimately almost read that as Cardi B. An email seeking comment was sent to Bautista's lawyer. The charge carries the potential for a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison and a fine as high as $250K, according to federal prosecutors. The Burmese Python, one of the world's largest snakes, is considered a vulnerable species in its native Asia, and it's invasive in Florida, where it threatens native animals. Damn, bro.
Yeah, because people think they can handle these animals, and once they realize they can't, they just fucking let them go.
Yeah. So, yeah. Mr. Bautista of Quebec, that's definitely what that says. Bautista of Quebec.
Yep.
This man fucking smuggling his trouser snakes into the U.S. How dare you? How dare you smuggle your trouser snakes into the U.S.?
I swear you're looking for these now.
No, genuinely. Here, we'll fucking go. You know what? I'll fucking prove it to you right now. We're gonna go to Associated Press right now. You'll see a little... Ooh, I was about to show this window on stream, but I shouldn't show that on stream.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. Sorry, we're not here to look at possible future news here. Look, okay. I literally go to either AP and then I use Game Informer for the gaming news. I literally just go here and I scroll through the first, like, 20 articles and whatever looks the most interesting is what I use. So look.
Yeah, but it's also under oddities.
Yeah, I always go to oddities, because oddities is the funniest, like, best shit. Like, where else are you gonna see other than oddities? Fucking 2,560 pound pumpkin, alright? Like, fuck. But yeah, so there was the Lost Wasp writing, then there was this. I was like, I don't feel like fucking talking about Putin, even if he did get a tractor. That's kind of funny, but fuck you. Then here's the lineman, and then here's the fucking pythons, man. Like, I was like, bro, it just keeps coming to me. People smuggling animals just keeps coming to this section. Like, yeah, there's more, but like, I already had like, what was it, like, how many topics for gaming? I already had 6, and I was like, okay, well, I want to get like at least like 9 or 10, so I want like 3 or 4 more, and then I thought, this is a perfect end point. We're talking about people smuggling fucking animals again. It's perfect. We're just gonna end on that. Literally almost every other, literally like every other fucking week we've talked about people smuggling animals. This is fucking, it's fucking jokes. But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap up the podcast, but the after show will come after. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Shadow?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, if you want to see the Bullshit Podcast after show, go to my YouTube channel, which I wish I could tell you something fancy like youtube.com/Verve or youtube.com/C/Verve. But YouTube, for some reason, isn't letting me have a custom URL lately. I don't know why.
I think you have to, like, make them a certain amount of money before they start doing that shit.
Not even. Like, when I go there, it just says, oh, you can't do this.
Oof.
And it doesn't even provide me an example. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can do this. Where is it? Is it under advanced settings? No. Fuck, I don't remember. Is it channel status and features? Channel, upload defaults, permissions, community.
Hopefully you're not streaming this.
I'm not. I mean, we are streaming it, but it's not on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't remember where it is. But when I go there, I tried.
Yeah. Channel ID probably right there.
No, it's not that. I don't remember. But it's somewhere in here. You can, like, actually have, like, your custom fucking channel thingy. Like you can actually edit the URL.
Yeah, just go to YouTube and
Here it is. Look, channel URL. It's like I can try to change it. It doesn't let me change it. And then when it says set custom URL, choosing URLs is currently unavailable. Choosing, modifying, and deleting URLs is currently unavailable while we update our system. But it's been like this for the past fucking year and a half, bro.
Yeah, well.
Like, YouTube. Come on, man.
Maybe, like, get hold of whoever's...
Let me have my /C link already, please. But anyway, yeah, the link will be in the description to my main channel. If you want to come see these live, as well as the after show live, the link will be in the description. Because I have to remember this is going up on the bullshit channel, not my main channel, even though we're streaming on my main channel, but the streams will be on my main channel. The link will be in the description. If it's not in the description, just go to the fucking YouTube page, and it'll be like in the about or whatever is my main channel. It's there. It's there. Just click on the channel. It's there. Okay, just scroll a little bit. It's there.
Find it.
The main channel. Anyways, I've been your host, Verve. Thank you, Shadow, for coming on and being a guest again.
Anytime.
And I'll be seeing you guys on the Bullshit channel later. See you in the after show, which will come like a week after it actually happens.